Imagine a place where the countries share the same island. One is a thriving tropical paradise with skyscrapers, luxury resorts, and a booming economy. The other is sinking into chaos, poverty, and lawlessness. This isn't the plot of a movie, it's the reality of Haiti. Both nations share the island of Hispaniola. They have similar population sizes, the same natural resources, and even an almost identical climate. So how did the neighboring peoples end up living in such vastly different worlds? The Dominican Republic is one of the world's most popular tourist destinations, with an economy that far surpasses that of Haiti. Electricity is available to 98% of its population, and tourism generates billions of dollars every year. Haiti, on the other hand, struggles with hunger, unemployment, and constant natural disasters. Today, they are divided not only by history but also by a concrete wall soon to be the longest in the Caribbean. Why has Haiti become a symbol of collapse while the Dominican Republic thrives? The answer lies in the complex interplay of history, geography, and human decisions. To understand why their paths diverged so dramatically, we need to go back centuries to the age of colonial empires. In 1697, the island of Hispaniola was officially split between France and Spain. The eastern two-thirds became a Spanish colony, while the western third belonged to France. But what really mattered was how each empire approached colonization. Spain developed its part of the island gradually. Settlements, religious missions, and cattle ranching played a major role. This created a stable agrarian society where most people had access to land. France, on the other hand, pursued extreme exploitation. Hundreds of thousands of enslaved Africans were forcibly brought in to work on sugar and coffee plantations. By the late 18th century, Haiti had become the most profitable colony in the world, supplying Europe with half of its sugar and coffee. But this wealth came at a cost of brutally oppressed population that outnumbered their colonial rulers 16 to 1. A revolution was inevitable. In 1791, enslaved people rose up, and after 13 years of bloody warfare, Haiti became the first independent nation in the Americas to abolish slavery. However, this hard-won freedom came with a devastating burden. France demanded compensation for its lost property, essentially, a ransom for Haiti's own independence. These payments drained the country's resources, crippling its ability to develop for generations. The Dominican Republic, on the other hand, avoided such overwhelming pressure. While it faced periods of instability, its starting conditions were far less destructive. How did the island's geography and natural environment deepen these differences? The answer might surprise you. From the air, the border between Haiti and the Dominican Republic is visible to the naked eye. But what causes such stark contrasts? The key lies in how nature and geography shaped the development of both nations. One of Haiti's earliest tragedies was the depletion of its natural resources. In the 19th century, in an effort to pay off its massive debt to France, Haitians began widespread deforestation. Today, only 12% of Haiti's land is covered by forests, compared to over 40% in the Dominican Republic. Deforestation didn't just strip Haiti of its natural wealth, it made the country highly vulnerable to disasters. When hurricanes and tropical storms hit the island, tree roots on the Dominican side hold the soil in place, preventing erosion. In Haiti, however, these storms trigger landslides and floods that destroy homes and roads. But that's not the only challenge. Geologically, Haiti sits directly on an active tectonic fault line. These faults run through densely populated areas, including the capital, Port-au-Prince. The 2010 earthquake devastated nearly a third of the country, killing 250,000 people and crippling its economy. Meanwhile, the Dominican capital, Santo Domingo, is located away from these dangerous fault lines, allowing the country to maintain stability even in difficult times. Interestingly, both sides of the island receive similar rainfall and have comparable soil quality. However, the Dominican Republic manages these resources efficiently, investing in agriculture and forest conservation. Haiti, in contrast, is forced to burn wood as a primary source of energy, further worsening deforestation. How did political decisions worsen Haiti's environmental struggles? The answer lies in a tragic chain of events over the past century. The political histories of Haiti and the Dominican Republic tell the story of two very different approaches to governance. Politics became one of the key factors cementing the gap between the two nations. In the 20th century, both countries endured long periods of authoritarian rule. In the Dominican Republic, Rafael Trujillo came to power in 1930 and established an iron grip on the nation. His dictatorship lasted more than 3 decades, and although his rule was oppressive, Trujillo aggressively invested in infrastructure, modernized the economy, and strengthened the country's institutions. In Haiti, on the other hand, François Duvalier, known as Papa Doc, ruled through fear and violence to maintain his grip on power. His regime, followed by that of his son Jean-Claude, crushed any hopes for democracy, wealth redistribution, or civil liberties. Military groups and mercenaries effectively controlled the country. Interestingly, both Haiti and the Dominican Republic experienced foreign intervention. In 1915, the United States occupied Haiti for 19 years to secure debt repayments. The Dominican Republic was also occupied by the US, but for only 7 years. However, after the Americans left, the Dominican Republic managed to rebuild its political system, while Haiti remained trapped in perpetual chaos. After Rafael Trujillo was assassinated in 1961, the Dominican Republic implemented democratic reforms and began stabilizing. Haiti, however, plunged into a cycle of coups and political crises. Since the fall of the Duvalier regime in 1986, Haiti has failed to establish a stable political system. Over the past 30 years, the country has not experienced a single prolonged period of democracy. Today, the Dominican Republic is reinforcing its borders to shield itself from its unstable neighbor. Meanwhile, Haiti continues to suffer from corruption, the absence of elections, and a lack of governmental control. But why haven't international interventions and aid managed to stabilize Haiti? The answer may lie in the economy. Economic development is what truly set Haiti and the Dominican Republic on drastically different paths. The gap between them has grown so vast that they seem like two countries from different worlds. The average Dominican earns 5 to 8 times more than the average Haitian. While 98% of Dominicans have access to electricity, in Haiti, that number barely reaches 47%. One key factor behind the Dominican Republic's success is its rich natural resources. The country is home to Pueblo Viejo, the largest gold mine in Latin America, which contributes around 2% of the national GDP. This mine not only generates revenue but also provides significant tax income that the government reinvests in infrastructure, healthcare, and education. Haiti, despite having a history of mineral extraction, has no major active mining operations. This lack of development is largely due to political instability, corruption, and the absence of investment. In fact, Haiti is the only country in the Western Hemisphere without a single functioning large-scale mine, despite sitting on mineral-rich land. But here's what's even more shocking. In 2015, studies revealed that Haiti has underground reserves of gold, silver, and copper worth an estimated $20 billion. These resources could completely transform the nation's economy, yet due to corruption and political turmoil, mining operations have never begun. And that's not the only tragedy. At one time, Haiti had a promising tourism industry. In the 1970s, it was known as the Paris of the Caribbean. Celebrities like Mick Jagger and Jacqueline Kennedy vacation on its beaches. But today, tourism has almost disappeared, with revenue plummeting by 90% over the past decade. This means millions of people have lost their jobs, and poverty has only deepened. Think about it, a country with the potential to be one of the leaders in the Caribbean remains on the brink of survival. How can this economic disaster be reversed? Tourism is yet another major dividing line. The Dominican Republic welcomes over 8 million visitors each year, bringing in billions of dollars in revenue. In Haiti, however, the tourism sector has nearly collapsed due to instability and violence. In 2021, only 148,000 tourists visited Haiti, generating a mere $80 million. Foreign money also plays a crucial role, but while the Dominican Republic attracts investments that strengthen its economy, Haiti primarily relies on humanitarian aid. While this assistance helps people survive, it does not drive development. Haiti also struggles to create an environment attractive to businesses. Corruption, a lack of basic infrastructure, and high crime rates discourage investors. The Dominican Republic, in contrast, has become a stable partner for major international corporations. So why does Haiti remain trapped in dependency and humanitarian aid? Today, Haiti is on the verge of total state collapse. Approximately 90% of the capital, Port-au-Prince, is under the control of armed gangs. These groups have effectively cut off access to airports, ports, and other key locations. According to the United Nations, more than 3,000 people were killed by gangs in 2023 alone. This level of violence rivals some of the world's most devastating conflicts. Meanwhile, the Dominican Republic continues to grow. New hotels, roads, and investment projects are transforming it into one of the leading economies in the Caribbean. Against this backdrop of prosperity, the country is further distancing itself from its troubled neighbor. In February 2023, the Dominican Republic began constructing a massive wall along its border with Haiti. The 4-meter-high structure, equipped with motion sensors, cameras, and watchtowers, is designed to curb illegal migration and enhance security. Over 100,000 Haitians have fled their country in just the past 2 years. Many travel to South America to embark on dangerous overland routes toward the U.S., while others risk their lives on makeshift boats. Haiti has become one of the leading sources of refugees encountered by U.S. border patrols. In an attempt to stabilize the situation, the United Nations approved yet another international mission in 2023. Kenya took the lead, sending over 1,000 police officers to help restore order. However, many doubt that this intervention will succeed. Haiti's history is full of failed foreign interventions. Will this effort change the course of events, or is Haiti doomed to remain trapped in a cycle of instability? Can this country ever achieve economic and political sovereignty, or will its tragic history continue? The story of Haiti and the Dominican Republic is not just about geography or history. It's a lesson in how decisions made decades or even centuries ago can shape the destiny of entire nations. On one side, the Dominican Republic has proven that even a country with limited resources can prosper if it invests in stability, education, and infrastructure. On the other, Haiti has been a victim of global injustice, internal conflicts, and natural disasters. But is it really that simple? Can Haiti place all the blame on external forces, or have internal failures and corruption played just as big a role? For years, the international community has intervened in Haiti, from colonial debts to modern peacekeeping missions. Yet none of these efforts have led to true recovery. In some cases, they may have even worsened the country's problems. The border wall built by the Dominican Republic may become the ultimate symbol of the divide between these two worlds. But what does it mean for Haiti's future? Will the country find a path to recovery, or is this divide permanent? Share your thoughts in the comments.